James in Bristol, Connecticut. Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and tonight I'm going to show you how I cut your prescription transition lenses for your Cazal. This is the 671 color 01, which is the black and gold in the 59 eye size. Let me take everything out of the original packaging. We'll get to that in a minute. Of course, inside you have your Cazal cloth. Let me hang that on the bag for now. You got inside here your Cazal literature, some of the old school frames, the description of the history of the company. Little Spike Lee back when he was Mars Blackman. It's got to be the shoes. But you get all the history of the company in here. You also get junk mail in every single language possible, because you just don't get enough of it in your regular mailbox. So now they're putting it in eyeglass cases. What else is in here? What else? Oh, that's it. Just some more literature from the company. Now, the star of the show, of course, you have your Cazal cleaning cloth that comes with it. We also have a transport bag which acts as a cleaning cloth also. If you don't want to carry around the hard case, we got this one. And of course, the case says Cazal Legends, because that's what this is. This is the Legend 671. Let me take it out. The star of the show, the main attraction, the 671 in color 1, which is the black gold. Now, it looks lonely by itself. What else have we got in here? We've got the pair that I've just made for you in color, what color is this? 80, which is the tortoise gold. So we've got brown transitions in this pair, and we're about to cut gray transitions in this pair. And I'll show you that in just a moment. Set that down for right now. So, again, this is the Cazal, of course, made in Germany. Again, as I mentioned before, the model 671 color 1 and the 59 eye size, 13 bridge, and 135 temple. So let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to take out your original demo lenses, one of which says Cazal. And of course, you're going to be receiving all the manufacturer's original packaging to know you got the real deal. But I'm going to take this out, put it into the tracing element of my edger, and hit start. Everybody wants to know, how does the computer know what shape lens to cut? This is why. A little stylus goes around and traces the inside of shape of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine Cazal frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number. So if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they are prescription or not. James in Bristol, Connecticut, you know you need prescription. So that's what I'm about to cut for you tonight as you watch. Now, as soon as this thing quits circling, the shape of the lens will pop up. All right, here we go. This thing needs to speed up. I'm working on outdated software. Come on, computer. Man, what does $40,000 buy you nowadays? Come on, you slow thing. There we go. Pop up on the screen. I guess it says you can't rush perfection. That is the size of your lens magnified. If I bring it down to actual size, that green outline that you see is the shape of the lens that we will be cutting. I will magnify it as I work on it. I'm going to set this down for here. Let's go ahead and get your lenses ready now. Because there's so much to do tonight, I went ahead and put the dots on the lenses that I would normally do. I'd put the lens in. And this is a Marco 101 lensometer. This lets me read the power of the lenses. I would put it in, set the axis wheel, put the power drum on there, put 3 dots on your lenses. It tells me where it's oriented. Hopefully you can see that. That's the right lens. We would do the same thing on this lens, put the power drum in there, and I'll do it at the very end. And then let's go ahead and put an L on this lens, which stands for not right. And if you missed any of that, let me recap. Oh, you're not getting away with at least one bad joke tonight. But we got so much to cover tonight. I went ahead and had these done in advance. So we're going to put, the reason why I put those dots on there, it tells me how the lenses are oriented and they're just right. So I'm going to put that down on the platform. Let's see. Your pupillary distance for your right eye is 29.5. The computer starts at 32.5. So I'm going to tap this minus button and let's keep going down in 0.5 millimeter increments until we get to 29.5. I want to do an optical, the middle of this blue cross is the geometric center of your frame, but your eye is going to sit above that. So I'm going to raise, this is the orange cross is where your lenses are going to sit at, your optical center. So I want to raise that optical center height from 25 up to 28. I'm going to tap the plus button. It's going to go up in 0.5 millimeter increments until we get to 28. So go ahead and what I do with the lens, here it is. I need 2 blocks, or as I like to call them, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. So I need 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got them up here. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick one onto the first block. Stick the second one on there. Pull away the paper to make the black side sticky. Now on the back is a little silver button. That is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice tonight. The first time it's going to attach itself to something magnetical here in the arm. This is what's going to swing down and place the block onto the lens. So I've got the dots on there, getting everything lined up. That cross there is the optical center. Those other 2 dots tells me it's lined up in there perfectly and it's not off kilter. I just want to check one thing. Oh yeah, this is going to cut out. That's in there perfectly. So I'm going to hit that button. The arm's going to come down and place the block onto the right lens. I'm going to set that there. Let me pick up your left lens. Do the same thing. Your pupillary distance. See that it mirrors the right side, so we're at 29.5, but it's 30. So I'm going to tap that and go up 1 till we get to 30 millimeters. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Line up the magnet there. Get the lens oriented in there just perfectly where that your optical center is inside the orange crosshairs. The other 2 dots are lined up in there perfectly. I want to check to make sure this cuts out because it is a large lens. Yes, it does. Look at that. Can you see the outline of your lens? And that is the actual lens itself. It is just going to fit in there. That's why you paid $100 for transitions, because this is an oversized lens, an oversized frame, and the regular transition lenses I pull out of the packets won't fit in here. So I'm going to hit that button. The arm comes down and places the block onto the left lens. Now this is the edger. This is what's going to do the work tonight. This is what costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out, buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter. Then you can cut your own lenses at home and you won't need this guy to do it for you anymore. But the actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right. It's got that white powdery residue on there. I don't know what that is. Hey, I shouldn't even joke about that. This wheel in the center is this is like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away the lens material till it's the final size. This wheel in the center of that channel, that valley that the stylus is in, is going to put the V-shaped bevel onto the lens. And let's go ahead and begin. Actually, let's pull up the lens on the computer. That is the shape of the lens we'll be cutting. These are polycarbonate lenses. I do not want to polish the edge of your lens because it's not going to be seen anyway. I'm not going to put a bevel on the front surface of the lens. I'm only going to put a bevel on the rear concave surface of the lens. And that concludes your vocabulary lesson of the day. So let's go ahead and put your lens into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know this machine well enough to call it chuck. But now the magnet is going to do its job a second time. It's going to hold it in place in the chuck there. The Charles, the Chucky baby. I'm going to hit the green arrow, which is start in every language. The door closes, the clamp shuts, and then the lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame, which it barely is as it's going around. You can see as it's tracing the shape now. And doing the old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once, it's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. Now you do not have a strong prescription, so you will not have any edge thickness, but it does become critical because I do cut strong prescriptions all day long, and that does come more into play. Now if you see light flickering in the background, that is water to catch the optical sawdust as it comes off of the cutting wheel. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic and high index plastic and Trivex cut wet. Water will spray onto the lens for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle to wash away the optical debris that you see beginning to form on the edge of the lens now. Now, as I mentioned, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic, but check this out. It is virtually unbreakable. Your lenses are bulletproof up to 22 caliber, have both UVA, UVB protection, as well as a premium scratch coating. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin. Your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin, so you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes. Unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that need to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun. This is permanent and never needs to be reapplied. So now it's just double checking again where to place the bevel. If you notice, your lens is completely flat like a nickel. If I were to take it out now, it would stand up on the counter on its own. In just a moment, it's going to drop down onto the bevel wheel to get the knife-like edge cut into the side of the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. A very dull knife like me, but a knife-like edge nonetheless. But your lens will be so sharp when this comes out that you'll be able to cut through a piece of wet tissue, providing you soak that tissue in a bucket of water overnight and then press down with all your might. You might be able to cut through that tissue with this lens. Reminding you, if you have a better joke, write it down on a $100 bill and I will read it on the air. Alright, so water has begun spraying on the lens, which reminds me I need to take a bath. But no, telling me it's in the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle. It's just washing away any debris that could be on the lens. In just a moment you will see a lever come out. At the end of that lever is a spinning wheel, something you would find on a Dremel tool. That's what's going to apply the safety bevel to the rear surface, the concave surface of the lens. Now your lens will not be protruding out of the frame, but if this were a thicker lens, if this were to come in contact with your cheek, this would be nice and smooth against your cheek and not have any rough edges. Just like your favorite rap band from the 80s, nice and smooth. Remember Pete Rock and CL Smooth before they got rid of CL? Alright. So, we're going to take the lens out. Let's dry this off. And we'll see if it fits into your frame. Dry it also is not slippery. I want to make sure there's no optical debris on the edge of your lens. And then let's see, here's my screwdriver. I'm going to do the old lefty-loosey. Loosen up that eye wire screw. Turn that around. We're going to tuck the lens in. Do a little righty-tighty. That looks good. And one thing I should have pointed out before, hopefully my camera is good enough to pick it up, there is Cazal written all along the edge of that eye wire on both sides. That's what you get when you get quality. Of course you got the Cazal plate on the side, but you have Cazal written onto the metal, the bevel, and of course you've even got the Cazal nose pads. It's got that written on the inside there, that silver plate amongst the gold pad arm. Alright, so that's good. Let's go ahead and take this block off and we can go ahead and get started. Pull that sticker off, we don't need that. Let's go ahead and get started cutting the left lens. Flip that over to L. Put the lens into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby. Hit the start button, the door closes just like before. The clamps shut and the lens is going to be traced by the two white styluses, again making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. And you can see as it's going around tracing the shape of the lens. And again, the old carpenter saying, measure twice, cut once, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. And of course, you got no edge thickness whatsoever, even in a large oversized frame, which is always a concern because your lenses are thin at the center and thicker at the edges, but again, no edge thickness whatsoever. So let's come down here to my Marco 101 lensometer. Go ahead and inspect the lens. We're going to turn the power drum to 115. Put it on 115 there, exactly halfway between 110 and 120. I'm going to put it in. Let me darken that just so we can see that some more. Your optical center, put that there. Put it in just above that black dot. Read the power. And I am getting plano, which is 0. Your prescription reads plano minus 50 at 115. The unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. It starts at a 0, which we in the industry call plano. It goes up from there, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, and so on. You got them all represented here. How about that? So plano means no power, but you do have 2 steps of astigmatism correction. There is a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just means shape. You have 2 curves on your eyes. One curve going this way, which is non-prescription, a second curve this way, which is 2 steps steeper than this curve. And that 115 is how we line those curves up that make everything nice and crisp. Astigmatism is what makes 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. So it is the fine-tune knob. This first number gets everything to the correct size. Now you don't need any resizing for your right eye. You need 1 step of correction for your left, but you have 3 steps. You have 0.75 astigmatism on your left, and we turn that axis knob to a 95. So let's check your astigmatism on the right eye. At 2 steps we're at minus 50, exactly halfway between 0 and 1. So that's what, your right eye is your better eye. You actually need 4 combined steps of correction for your left. You need 1 step of magnification. You are farsighted. So that's why there's a plus sign. Your lens will magnify to the correct size. Then you have 3 steps of astigmatism correction. And the curvature is at the 95th meridian. Now, the first 2 numbers are real values to be concerned with. This last number could be anywhere from 0 to 180. A straight line is the cap over here, 0, 90, 180. For your right eye, we're going to turn that knob just past 90 to 115. For your left eye, we're going to turn it to just past 90 to 95. Now you're actually within 10 degrees of each other, excuse me, 20 degrees. You're at 95 to 115, so I find that curious, no one else will. All right, so your left lens is done. Let's go ahead and pull that out. Dry everything off there. Make sure there's no optical debris on the lens. Come back down here. Put your lens on your cleaning cloth bag. How about that? Ooh, let me grab this tray. I do not want this screw to jump out at me while I'm working on it. I am too old to get on my hands and knees and look for this gold screw. So that's why I'm going to keep it upside down so it cannot jump out. You like to live life in the fast lane? Look at that. Ooh, it can slide out now. All right, I'm not doing it. So, you know, that's the thing. I'm a people person, and one of the things about selling online, I don't get a chance to interact with the online customers very much. But James and I have built a pretty good reputation while we've been talking on the phone. We have a lot in common. Not only are we roughly the same age, we've done a little bit of the same things in the past, career-wise. I'm not going to put that out there. I'm not going to air his dirty laundry out there nor am I going to do mine. So, but it's just fun interacting with him. I've got to go up to Connecticut or catch him down in the Caribbean somewhere. I'm just going to make sure that is tighter. Make sure that is closed, and that is. Let's go ahead and take this block off. Pull that sticker off. It is no longer needed. And of course, where's my flashlight? No edge thickness again for your left lens. That turns out just perfectly. Is my camera picking up that Cazal that's written in the valve? I hope you guys can see that. That is nice. That is classy. That's what you get with the real deal. So let's come down here, spin the axis wheel to 95, exactly halfway between 90 and 100. Put it in over that red dot, which you can barely see. Let's darken that, because we'll need to measure that later on. Put it in over that dot, measure, and I am getting plus 25, 1 tick mark over the 0 into the black. We're going to check the 3 steps of astigmatism correction. Remember high school algebra, we add 2 like signs together? Yeah, me either. Let's use today's terms. If you had 25 cents and someone borrowed 75 cents, you would be 50 cents in the red. So let's go ahead and check the second curvature on your lens. Sorry, let me get in there quicker. And that's where we're at, 50 cents in the red, exactly halfway between 0 and 1. So that is cut perfectly. I couldn't have done this any better if I had done it myself. Now your pupillary distance, 29.5 in your right eye, 30 in the left, for a combined value of 59.5. I'm going to place my PD stick against my thumb on your right lens. And then when we hold it up to the left lens, you'll see that it's 59.5, exactly halfway between 59 and 60. Let me check that optical center in there. Look at that. The kid is good. The kid is good. So, this is the other thing I do in every video, that as I clean your lenses, I explain that when you get these in the mail, and of course free shipping anywhere in the US, and the last time I checked, Connecticut was still in the US. But when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That is because 80% of people have one ear higher than the other, and I'm no exception. I'm part of that 80%. I'll show you in just a moment. Because of that, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. So just stop by your local shop and tell them if it's too loose or too tight, or if it's crooked, you know, high on one side. They'll know what to do. It only takes about 30 seconds to a minute to adjust a pair of glasses. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. And when I say wobble, like I said, I'm part of the 80%. So when I take mine off, mine wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. For those of you keeping score at home, I'm wearing the Versace 3199 in color blue with tortoise. Look at that. I got something on the side of my lens there. Didn't I know I was going to be on TV today? I could have cleaned up a little nicer. So let's flip this over, press down, no wobble, close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, and neither of their temples is askew like that. So this is what, actually, hang on, let me clean this a little better before I activate the transition. This is what your lenses look like now while they're clear before they're activated. Of course, I'm going to provide you one of my premium microfiber cleaning cloths from my website. When you get this in the mail and you see the wrinkle in it, you know that it works, because I field test every one, because I can't be sending you out a defective cloth. I got to make sure that it works. So let's go ahead and activate it. I'm going to close this, but again, this is what your lenses look like clear in your frame. Go ahead and close this up. I'm going to put it in my little transitions unit. Now before I do that, let me show you your next pair. Now he tells me he's got a little side wager with someone that someone thinks up there that these things are not real. Of course, you get everything. The Cazal bag, the Cazal case, the cleaning cloth, the carry-on bag, all the literature, both these frames, model numbers, everything written on there, everything legit, including the Cazal on the frame, both frames, and the black and gold and the tortoise and gold. But he's got a $500 wager that these things aren't real. So he's about to take somebody's money. So they better have that paper right, and with that money he's going to buy these Versaces for his next pair. These are the, let me grab my flashlight. I got a smaller flashlight, I just can't find it. But this is the Versace 2150Q in color 1341 in the 62 eye size. Let me take this out of the original box that it comes in, the Versace case, the Italian leather Versace case. Of course, all the literature, the card of authenticity for these Versaces, the Versace cleaning cloth. Of course, again, your international warranty. You got the certificate of authorization, authenticity, whatever this thing is called, the COA. There you go. You got the model number, the serial number written on there. Put this away, but this is the star of the show. Inside this Italian leather case, are you ready? Boom! And that awesome aviator glasses. Of course, it comes with a little plastic sleeve on the temples to protect itself while it's being shipped from Italy. You're going to get all of that manufacturers. The white leather with the Versace emblem, the Medusa emblem right there on it. Of course, you got this on the side. This comes in black and gold, and of course you're seeing it in the white and gold. All Versaces are made in Italy, where the Cazals are made in Germany, and I'll show you that again. I did it one time, but we'll do it again. Again, the model 2150Q, color 12, I can't see it above my head, 1241, and the 62 eye size. These are the real deal. You got the Versace on the lens, and actually, if I remember correctly, you do. You can't see that now, but you got the serial number written right into the lens there, and of course you're going to get all the manufacturer's original packaging, as you always do. But this is going to be his next pair, because everyone needs white sunglasses for the summertime when they are whited out, from the Nike Air Force One to the Nike hats. And of course, let me show you my white sunglasses. You're going to have to get a pair of these. What could these be? What could these be? The 607 in white with the blue mirror. These are my prescription sunglasses that I was telling him about. The 607 is one of the most famous ones out there. I'm going to show you a couple more images of that in a moment. Let me set that down. What else do I have in this Cazal bag? It is, again, another 607 color 90. Are you ready for this? So the guy who has the wager, I am told, wants this. So I went ahead and picked these up, knowing that Big Man James with his swag was going to have to make him watch this video. So this is what he is going to get, the 607 color 90, which is the black marble. This is tough. My lenses would fit into this frame. You know, you might need some blue lenses in here to set this off. I can do silver, I can do gold. As you can see, I can do the blue mirror, I can do a red mirror, orange mirror, whatever you want to do. Again, model number 6073, color 90, the 56 eye size. And as always, all Cazals are made in Germany. This is the real deal. So, let me know when you got your paper back together after you pay for James's Versace's, when you want to get these. Nice frame, nice frame. Let me show a few more colors. Wait, which one is that? That's his. No, that's mine. Hang on. What's in here? What's in here? What did I do? Am I missing a cloth? Okay, that's his. This is what it was. Let me put it back in here for you. Protect it, and of course you get all the same literature. You get the Cazal Legends case. Same thing, the Cazal cleaning cloth that is down in here with Cazal written on the cloth. Of course, it's folded over. You get the full-size cloth from them with the Cazal on there. And same literature that I pulled out of James's case. All of that made in Germany. Some cool Germans out there, ain't there? Now let me show you a couple more examples of the 607. I'm going to save all that there for you. These are mine. Let me bring down my 607s. Now, let me show a few more of the Cazals that I got in stock. I just sold a pair of the black ones, but I got the crystal. Same frame in crystal, the one I just showed you in the black marble. Now you want me to take crystal to the next level? They do a crystal with the python skin on here. My man who ordered these still has never come picked them up. Crystal. And all they did was apply that python skin to the top of the frame. Where'd my flashlight go? This one's nice. This one sells for about $700. The regular ones are closer to $500. But, put this one down. Now, as crazy as this frame comes with these brown tinted lenses. Move this down so you can see the color on here. It comes with this lens. He wanted this peach color to go in there because he's got some peach outfit that he wanted to rock these things with. Can you believe that? He paid me to put that peach lens in there, but hey, I'll do it. I'll do whatever you tell me to do. You want it to look a certain way and I'll do it. But again, so tonight I still have an extra one of the 671s for all the internet sales. I always order brand new. This is yours down here and I'll activate these in a minute. But this is what it is in stock. You're getting brand new that's never been tried on. These are floor models here. Which one is this? This is the 661 in color 3, which is black and silver. I've got it with the black and gold. You can see that there. That's the same frame. Some old school vintage pieces. This is the 958. I've got it again gold with the tortoise. I've got it black and gold. Same frame, two different colors. Super 80s look right there, but that's what Cazal is that vintage. Talk about vintage. This oval shape. This is model number 644. Check out that bridge, that old form-fit bridge. Mostly everything nowadays is the two nose pads. This has got that arching bridge. You can't get more vintage looking than that. That is just such a different look. We got it in the tortoise and gold. We got it in the black and gold. And of course the last sunglass we have down here is model number 9058, 9058 color 1, which is the black and gold. And then we got some of the old Cazal, the everyday. These aren't the legends. This is just some Cazal semi-rimless. Got that in a brown. Got that in a gunmetal. Got it in the black and platinum down here. Looks like it's got the carbon fiber on the inside. This is the model 7036. A little of that. Now James also said he loves buying Cazals in pairs, so we got the old 955s. He loves these vintage. Let's go old school. Let me take you back. Let me take you back to the old 955s. You remember these? Come on, I know there's some old school guys out there that remember this frame. And of course we got it. That's the black and gold, and we've also got it and the tortoise and gold, and this will be one of my next videos for him when he gets these. Of course he's going to get the Versace's with the money he makes off of this video when he shows the guy a pair of brand new real ones at these prices. He'll come back and get the 955s written on the front of each lens. So let me put away all the inventory and get back to work showing James how his lens is going to work when he opens that box and receives them in the mail. I'm not even going to put these away just yet. And of course the Cazals come, same thing with all the legends. You get the cleaning cloth, you get all the literature that comes inside, and you get the little barcode Cazal 955 color 302 in the 63i size. Well, let's come down here. I know you've been eyeing mine. Look at those. I'm telling you, my wife has a white convertible, and I rock these things when I'm in that convertible. I had to get me a white pair of sunglasses when the top goes down. I even had to order a pair of a white fuzzy Kango to go with this. because K's for the Kango, which I got and I wear every day. And why not? And I'm gonna embarrass her because I'm gonna sew a damn chin strap into my white Kango so it doesn't blow out of the convertible. That's how much I'm gonna embarrass. You got to embarrass your wife when you've been married this long. That's right, I'm talking about you, honey. When you've been married this long, if there's anything you can do, that little jab, let her remember that stuff. So where were we? Okay, so these are your two frames with transition lenses. Let me give everything a cleaning again. Let me use your cleaning. I love doing this. I've got the same cloth in my pocket, but why should I use mine when I can use a brand new one of yours? I don't want to get mine dirty. Tell you, when the clown gets to laugh at work, it's a good day. So let's go ahead and put these in here and activate them. As you can see, all transition lenses will get dark on day 1 and continue to darken every day for the first 2 weeks that they're exposed to the sun. Now, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for transition lenses to darken. It takes a little bit longer when you come back inside, 45 seconds to a minute 15. Now, transition lenses will work as long as you're in direct exposure to the sun. The one time they won't work is if you're behind the windshield of a car. Unless you have a convertible, like my wife's car, or a motorcycle, they will not darken. Now, as soon as you step out of the car, they will. Your windshield has UV protection to stop your upholstery from rotting or your dashboard from cracking while your car sits in the sun, and that's why they won't turn dark in a car. They're also temperature sensitive, meaning they will get darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, they're miserable. Nobody works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. So I wish the box was big enough where I could do both at the same time. Can I do that? Can I do that? Nah, I better not mess them up. I'm not going to force them in there. So, tortoise and gold frame with the brown lenses. Black and gold frame with the gray lenses. So these are the two Cazals you're starting off with. Tells me he's going to get 2 pair every month. I can live with that. My wife can live with that too. She's going to get a new pair of shoes every month. But that is, and I'm gonna get her a white Kango too. But the 607s, this is the famous one. It comes in a million colors. You know, black and red and white are the most famous. Of course, there's a tortoise, the black marble, the python skin, all that. So whatever you need, if I don't have it on the website yet, it's because I'm too busy cutting lenses. I have to literally, I'm a one-man show. I put all the frames on the website. So if there's a model out there you want that I don't have listed yet, just email me, and I'll be sure to special order it for you. So you can see as these lenses start to lighten, a minute from now they'll be perfectly clear. But that is it. If anyone has any questions, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com or simply click the contact me button on the website at freeprescriptionlenses.com. James in Bristol, Connecticut, I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut prescription lenses with transitions for, where's that flashlight? For your model 671. This is the color 1 in the 59i size. I believe this is color 80, the tortoise and gold. Yes, it is. And of course, I know I'm repeating myself, but all Cazals are made in Germany. I hope you had fun watching the first of 2 pairs that you promise you're going to get every month. You can see as they're starting to lighten back up, and everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.